Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Melanie. This is Survive Better Together, primarily a prepping channel, but you know, things come up. Anyway, today I wanted to talk to you really quick why my car is defrosting. It's 60 today. It was or I'm sorry, it's going to be 70 today. It was 60 yesterday, and we got a bunch of rain. The day before it was like 93, so fall is upon us, all these temperature changes. Anyway, today I wanted to talk to you about 2024 by design. Yes. It's kind of unusual how things are playing out, and you can see them playing out. And I think most of you are aware. I think if you watch this channel, or you have for any time, you get where I'm going with this. But so we are in just the craziest times, right? Some call it biblical times. Some call it, like we're going back to the Great Depression. However, the Great Depression in today's terms would be so much more, only because we're not civilized anymore. People don't mind saying nasty, negative things to one another. That is not how people were kind of during that time frame. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So, number one is we see a lot of stuff on the news right now about a virus making a comeback, or potentially a mask coming to a town near you. And what you have when you have that is mail-in voting, or they try to limit your ability to go to a polling booth. The other thing is that I'm seeing a lot of is a certain opponent that is doing very good in the polls consistently is getting charges and a very strong attempt to get this individual arrested. That to me really does remind me of a dictatorship, and I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. That all this stuff really isn't about. That's what's happened. They have divided our country so badly, and it's not about, if you were a libertarian, a Democrat, a Republican, or anything. It didn't matter before. You had friends and family of all sides, and now if you're one thing, you're fighting with the other thing, and I hate that. It's not what we were as a country. You should be able to have your own opinion and it be okay. But anyway, a dictatorship definitely has one person going one direction, like in jail, while the other one's flaunting and getting away with everything. And then the other thing, and so obviously then that person can't win. If they're the most knowledgeable person, and the country knows that person can get us back on track, but he's in jail, he can't get us back on track. Another thing that's been flaunted around a lot is war. If we go to war, throughout history, it repeats itself, and every time you're in war, the same president ends up staying in. It usually doesn't switch over. Now, then you also have elections coming up, and all of these kind of touch base on that. But one thing I wanted to point out, and only because of my job, and a couple of other factors, would I have ever known this, and I desperately need to share this, like to the rooftops and back. So I moved out of Oregon. As if you've been watching my channel, you know, Oregon is a mail-in ballot only state, which it completely changed parties once that happened. It changed a lot of things. Now, my husband still lives there because we have not been able to find a home yet, and we've got animals and all kinds of stuff. So that's been very, very hard. But needless to say, he's there, and I have USPS informed delivery. Well, wouldn't you know? I have registered to vote in my new state. The cancellation notice went out. I got my voter confirmation card, and in this particular state, it is poll booth, unless you're an absentee voter, which I think that's in a lot of the states, majority of the states. So I got my informed delivery for our house back in Oregon, and not only did I just receive a ballot in the mail, but so did all of our children who are registered in other states, and they all came to the house along with my husband. Sorry, there is a lot of cars for a road that doesn't really get traffic. And so I found that very odd. Now, I called the election office and I said, hey, I canceled this. Oh, we don't have record of it. Well, I've got record of it. Oh, well, it must have went to the state. It gives me the mailing address. So I knew I was being lied to. But the point of the matter was, you sent out a ballot, and I would not have known it had I not had the USPS informed delivery. Furthermore, if that was the presidential election and you're in a state that leans one way, well, it's mostly, I think it's Portland that mostly gets it, so everybody associates Oregon with Portland. And we did not live near Portland. We hate Portland. Anyway, so I found that very odd that that happened, and not only for myself, but our children who are in other states. You know, they're doing the military life, and so they're not anywhere around. So it makes you wonder, what is really happening? What is really going on? How much of this is all by design? That's several different things, you know, between a mandate over an illness, possible wars, running mates, elections. My encouragement to you is, if you live in an area where it is going to a poll booth, please do not be an absentee voter. That is pushing you more to having issues, and it doesn't matter what side you're on. You need to be able to have your vote how you feel count. So don't do that if you can at all avoid it. I know there's circumstances, but in my particular state, you don't have to have a reason to be an absentee voter, and quite a few do. At that point, you could have been, I mean, I'm terrified they'll make it a mail-in thing. So anyway, guys, I want you to think about these things, keep preparing. I am terrified for what this next year is going to be bringing us. And, you know, we just need to stay strong, keep the information going, the communication going, being prepared, and that way together we're all going to do a little bit better. All right? Anyway, have a beautiful day, and thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.